All right, you guys, are you looking to set up a reef tank, but you don't want to break the bank, and maybe you don't know exactly what equipment you need or don't need? Well, I'm going to show you guys my low-tech, low-budget, pretty simple, bare-bones 20-gallon reef tank setup here. And I'm just going to show you guys that, it doesn't have to be super expensive or super high-tech or super intimidating in order to keep some of the saltwater stuff that you see here, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all. So just some quick background information on my 20-gallon saltwater tank here, guys. So this tank has been up and running for a little over 3 years. And throughout those 3 years, all the equipment that you're going to see in this video has been running. And none of it has actually really ever failed me, despite how cheap some of this stuff is. Been running 3 years constantly, and, it's all been reliable, knock on wood. But yeah, so I've always kept fish in this tank. I've always kept corals in this tank. So I know that the equipment in here is good enough to sustain and grow corals. So yeah, I guess that's just a little bit of background. I also recently went a whole year without doing a water change with this equipment. Check out my previous video if you haven't, because my previous video was on that. Since then I did do a water change. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into some of the equipment that is running my tank, guys. And it really doesn't have to be as scary as if you're doing some research into keeping saltwater tanks. It doesn't have to be as scary or as intimidating as it may seem, because you can run simple setups and have a successful reef tank. So the only thing that I'm running on this tank, guys, you can see it's just this cheap Amazon light that I got for like 40 or 50 bucks. As well as I have a 100-watt heater, and I have like a 40-gallon aqua clear filter, and then just a cheap power head. And that's literally it, guys. Let me go ahead and back up here. You can see the stand isn't the prettiest, but I also have some distilled water down there. But yeah, that's literally all that has been running this tank, guys. And yeah, like, it doesn't have to be super complex. No protein skimmer, no refugium, nothing like that. Just literally like a very bare bones setup. And I'll go more into detail with each specific item. So if you guys are looking to get these items, you can have them as well. So first thing, I got this light. It is a Night Crew LED light, and it comes with this little timer here, which is what I always run it on, it's pretty nice for only being like a $40 or $50 light. Now I'll try to go ahead and post a picture of it up, and I believe these come in different lengths. You can see this one's a little too big for the tank, like lengthwise, but I kind of just lay it over diagonally, and it works. And it has kept all my corals alive throughout the 3 years that I've had them. I've had anemones in this tank, and I've just had a bunch of different stuff in here, and it's always kept them alive. And usually it's nice because you can run it on like a bluer spectrum, which is what I run it on, or you can run it on like full white lights. So there is some customizability, and what you see right here is about 50% power, so I don't even use all the power. This tank can definitely light up the tank enough, but I guess as far as like par and reds and greens, it doesn't have any reds or greens, but the blue light and the white light is strong enough to keep all the corals alive, which is great. Next piece of equipment is this power head right here, guys, and this is a Fluval C CP2 25 US gallon, and I actually got this at my local Petco. I saw it on sale. It was on clearance for like 10 bucks. So literally you cannot beat that. It doesn't really get much cheaper than that. And it just provides constant flow, not too strong, but it's definitely enough. You can see that there's the Duncan kind of waving in the flow there, as well as the GSP gets a little flow. And obviously you can aim this thing to fit your tank. As you can see, I have it more pointed up towards the water. But yeah, everything in here is happy with this flow, and you want constant circulation in your saltwater tank. So you definitely do want some sort of wave maker or power head, but it can be literally super cheap, like this little $10 power head right here. And it just plugs in, runs all the time. And like I said, I have it pointed up for surface agitation, and it's kind of a good balance because it gets a little bit of flow to hit the Duncans and a little bit for the anemone, to where the anemone can walk around and enjoy where it sits, and as well as the GSP likes it as well, and the zinnia and the mushroom. You know, everyone's hanging out, and they like the flow from this little guy. So yeah, super cheap, 10 bucks. You can't beat it. So next I'm gonna talk about the filtration on this tank. So I'm just running one hang on the back Aqua Clear 50. So this Aqua Clear 50 is rated for 50 gallons, which you can see it's on a 20-gallon tank. So it's more than enough to filter out all the water. And the reason I went with the Aqua Clear is because, you know, in the past I've run these and they're super quiet, and they have a nice compartment in the back that you can basically customize it to where you could put like biomedia and filter floss and some carbon, or basically whatever you want to put in there. Kind of has like this little tray, like that's right there and there. Just pulls out and you can put whatever you want in there. So I really like that customizability of it. And it's, you can just, whatever you can fit in there is what you can run. So that's what I run. And like I said, it's been super reliable, super quiet. You really can't even hear that it's on. And yeah, I love it. I don't know. Aqua Clear, I mean, you know, you don't have to run Aqua Clear. This one I think is 50 bucks if you want an Aqua Clear 50. So again, not terrible. But just like I said, like the customizability, and there is it in the tank. Doesn't look too bad. It's not too ugly. It's kind of like a clear, you know, little intake there. And you can also kind of control the speeds with this guy. You can see the speed, the flow dies down, or, you know, it picks up depending on where you move this guy at. So enough customizability, and, you know, it filters throughout the whole tank and creates a little bit of a current too, which is nice. So yeah, again, super cheap, super simple. Hang on the back filter, Aqua Clear, definitely recommend. And last but not least, guys, the last piece of equipment that I have is this 100-watt Aqueon heater. I might have butchered that name, Aqueon, I don't know. But it's just a normal like 100-watt heater that you can get from Petco, PetSmart. Run you about 25 bucks, but you know, it's literally nothing simple. Just put it in the tank. I have my tank set to like 78 degrees. So as long as your heater can, you know, reach the tropical temperatures that your coral and fish like, that's really all you need. You don't need to go super expensive or super overkill on the heater. But yeah, as you can see there, 100-watt. Like I said, super run-of-the-mill. You can find it at pretty much any Petco, PetSmart, and it's only 25 bucks. And literally, guys, that's it. That is the only equipment that I run on the tank, and I'm able to see, you know, results that I'm really happy about. The one thing that I would be curious to see is maybe a more expensive light. That's something I've debated about getting, and I might get in the future, just a more expensive light, just to see how much of a difference it makes. And I do plan on getting more corals, so maybe more corals will require a higher grade light. But yeah, I think that'd be interesting to see just how these corals respond to a higher grade light, and if this light is doing a good enough job, or if, you know, a light with reds and greens in it will make a big difference or not. But that's about it for this video, guys. Some future plans for this tank. I definitely want to rescape it, make it definitely look way more aesthetically pleasing. And then I want to get some hammer corals, some torch corals, and definitely some more fish to go with just my Nemo. And I also have a yellow watchman goby in here, but he really never comes out. So there'll definitely be some more updates to the saltwater tank, guys. And if you guys enjoyed, please let me know in the comment section down below. And also, if you didn't like the video, also let me know in the comment section down below too, because I'd always like to improve these videos for you guys. And also, if you have any questions about anything that you saw in the tank or about how I run the tank, again, let me know and I'll be sure to answer. But I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace out, y'all.